Aloha from Hawaii, Ali from Palau, Bula from Fiji, Bosu from New Caledonia, Tafade, Mariana Islands, Alo, Vanuatu, Aloha Lageta, Solomon Islands, Aloha Geta, Papua New Guinea, Yakwe, Marshall Islands, Yorana from Tahiti, Kiora from New Zealand, Keorana from the Cook Islands, Malolele, the King of Tonga, Maloni from Tokelau, and Talofa from Tuvalu and Samoa. Well, it is great to see everybody back here on the show. We had some difficulty last time because I was at the Safe Schools Conference in Anaheim. But yeah, it was a good thing because we had so many people. It was just very, very noisy out in the foyer where we were. We had our exhibit table there. So yeah, we tried, but it just got a little too loud out there. So, but anyway, this is again the School Talk Story with Dr. T show, as well as the Ukulele Dad show. And if you haven't noticed by now, my name is known Victor. I'm known as Victor. But again, they also call me Dr. T and also Ukulele Dad. So you're on the right show, everybody. All right. But again, good to see everybody. I have up here in the chat just information so that you can find the music for our ukulele class coming up. Also wanted to post in the chat some information on Cal Hope. They have a live chat as well as some numbers you can call Cal Hope or our friends at the Pacific Islander Wellness Initiative. Those are all good people that are trained everybody to listen. Imagine that. And then finally, I wanted to recognize that this show is being brought to you by the nonprofit National Pacific Islander Education Network, also known as NPIEN, N-P-I-E-N. So take a note of that. I'm sure everybody has memorized all that by now. All right, but good for you. But I am going to take everybody now to the islands of Fiji. First, I display the flag of Fiji. And then I'm going to take you to a picture of the islands here. So here we go, everybody. I'm sure all of you have memorized this information, but, but here we go. All right. Fiji is part of Melanesia, everybody. Oh, good. Our friend Roy is here. Yep. Welcome to you, Roy. Thanks for joining us. But Fiji is part of Melanesia, and there are over 300 islands. Yeah, that's a lot of them. And then over 100 of them are inhabited. So I showed you again this picture of Fiji. But let me take you here to this map, everybody, so you can get a better look here. All right. So as you can see in the map, everybody, a lot of different islands. You can see some of the main islands are Viti Levu and also Manu Levu. The population of Fiji is over 900,000, and the capital is Suva. That is the capital of Fiji. That's where my dad went to middle school in Suva. And 37.59 of the population are Indian, okay, from the country of India. And then the rest of the people are Fijian, as well. There are other Pacific Islanders that live on Fiji as well. And Fiji is close to the island of Vanuatu, which is part of Melanesia. Also close to Tonga, as well as Samoa. So everybody, I want you to memorize all that. We'll be testing on you on it next week. And hello to you, Roy. Pleasure to see you. Yeah, Roy, we'll be testing everybody on this next time. So, so all right. But yeah, glad you could be with us.
Hi, Dr. Thompson.
Ha, ha, ha.
This is great. I just learned a few new things about Fiji.
Oh, yeah. We try to do this every week, Roy, because none of us know too much.
Yeah, I just got back from Tonga last week, actually.
Wow.
And so I didn't transfer out of Fiji. I did my transfer in New Zealand. And but my time in the Kingdom of Tonga was ooh, it was everything more than I expected. The teachings were in the small and quiet moments. The level of peace I felt there and really freedom. And so I returned back to the States just with a deeper gratitude for my culture, my family, ancestors, all that. And so I was able to visit my dad. And so I haven't seen him in a few years. So the trip was really, really, really great.
That is a fantastic report, Roy. And, tell us, what village are your family from?
Yeah, and so my dad currently lives in Alaki, in Tongatapu, and his parents are from Olonga and Malapo, as well as Alaki and Tatakamotonga in the Mu'a district,
Wow.
all in Tongatapu. And my mother and her family is from Neafu and Vava'u, as well as Kolonga in Tongatapu. And so really between those two islands. And so it was really great to see. And it was my first time in the kingdom, so my first time in the motherland. And so really great to really experience and witness, indigenous life in a Pacific island in my homeland. And so that was nice.
That is more than fantastic, Roy. Wow, that is great.
Yeah, Dr. Thompson, what about you? I don't think I know. Where do you draw your ancestry?
Yep, I was born on the big island of Long Beach, California. But my ancestors are from American Samoa. That's where
Mm.
my both of my parents are from, and they came to. As you can tell, I'm a little older because I got gray hair, Roy. But they came to Long Beach, California, in the 1950s. So I was born in St. Mary Hospital, Long Beach, and my parents worked at St. Mary, and then they also worked at the Veterans Hospital, Long Beach. So in those days, the people tended to follow the military. So they were
Mm.
not in the military, but they followed them. And that's how they ended up in Long Beach.
Yeah, because
But
we
as
got to
I,
stay together.
yeah, yeah. But as I mentioned a little earlier, my dad did go to medical school in Suva, Fiji. So,
Wow. Wow.
but yeah, as was common in those days, sadly, he lost his license to practice as a medical doctor. But went back to school, and he was in his 50s when he earned his second degrees. He earned a master's degree in microbiology from Cal State University, Dominguez Hills. So
Nice.
people says, "Wow, Pop did it two times." I said, "Yeah, that's why you can do it once, people."
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah,
Um,
but it was amazing.
yeah. Especially coming into, a new environment, a new country, and still having that achievement is huge. And so Um, that's really interesting. I'd love to hear more about your trajectory and both in education and I've maybe know a few things, but would love to hear just more about your journey in navigating our
Yep,
education systems and your career.
yep. Good news is we'll have more opportunity to talk story. Yeah, tell the people out there, Roy. Basically, your position, what you're doing up there. So,
Yeah. Um, I am currently wearing a few hats. And so I just appreciate this invitation, Dr. Thompson, to Talanoa, to talk story. I currently work as a policy analyst at EdTrust West, which is the California office of the National EdTrust. And our mission is really eliminating the achievement and opportunity gap for our low-income students of color and multilingual learners. And so in California, we advance policy research, policy advocacy, and really have our work informed by our community.
Good.
And so my portfolio here at the organization is everything school finance, TK-12 accountability, as well as data systems. And so California is facing and has faced lots of sweeping changes these
Mhm.
past few years. I think most recently with the change in education governance that we will soon see in 2027.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That we've been supporting and that we are really hoping will lead California down a path to meaningfully close achievement gaps
Mhm.
um, through more aligned accountability and responsibility structures, both at the state level as well as technical assistance structures at the local level, which I know you know a lot about. We've been supporting a lot of great work around the cradle to career data system, having access to integrated education data. I think most recently the state has launched the Student Pathways Dashboard, which for the first time Californians are having access to student pathways data, specifically looking at high school graduate, looking at their matriculation into our post-secondary institutions, looking at what certificates and degrees they've been awarded, and then also connecting that to their employment
Mhm.
outcomes. So looking at, the full pathway. So that's been really exciting to support the state in building um, and so there's been just a lot of great things happening at the state level that I think California is leading the nation on. I think one conversation that I continue to push forward is really the inclusion of Pacific Islander voices and Pacific
Mhm.
Islander representation. And so earlier this year, as you know, Dr. Thompson, we launched a new statewide advocacy coalition, Pacific Islanders for Progress. And so grateful for the National Pacific Islander Education Network for joining this effort and this movement to really advance and meaningfully improve both our education opportunity access and education outcomes for our Pacific Islander diaspora across California. Just, when we're looking at both the evidence and data, whether that's enrollment in TK, which is a new grade for our 4-year-olds, Pacific Islanders are under enrolled in TK. When we're looking at uh, English reading and math grade level indicators at fourth grade and at secondary levels, Pacific Islanders also have room to improve. We're looking at um, college access, A through G completion, financial aid access, and post-secondary enrollment. Pacific Islanders can be better supported in accessing those opportunities. And then when we look at post-secondary systems and workforce pathways, I think Pacific Islander communities, our students and families, can also be better supported in accessing um, more clear pathways, more supported pathways, so all of our communities do have access to economic mobility. And so that's been the work of Pacific Islanders for Progress thus far. We are a coalition of half educators and half community leaders and advocates. So it's been really great to engage with all of the amazing work happening at a local level, from the folks at San Francisco Unified and the Samoa Initiative to the folks down in Southern California at Los Angeles Unified, San Bernardino City Unified, Oakland Unified, New Haven Unified. There are Pacific Islander leaders in these spaces leading incredible work. And so, as much as we can elevate what's working and scale what's making meaningful improvement, I think that's the goal here with Pacific Islanders for Progress. And so, we're working on a few exciting things. And so, just really excited to have you, Dr. Thompson, part of this movement.
Well, that was a fantastic talk story there, Roy. It's great. Yeah, because part of this show is school talk stories. But yeah, it's very inspiring. It was good to be with everybody up in Advocacy Day.
Yes.
I'm doing fine now, even though I had a little spill there. But yeah, it was good to literally catch up with David Tongipa.
Yes.
Also, literally catch up with Superintendent Tony Thurman. Yep, I've communicated with all of them, told them I'm good. It was just one of those things that happened. So I said, okay. But yeah, we look forward to, again, getting involved. And this is the 25th anniversary of our organization.
Wow.
Yeah, we started back when I first became a educator. And you can imagine, Roy, 25 years ago, I was one of the only Pacific Islander school administrators in America.
Wow.
There were only two of us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just talked to one of them the other day, Dr. Lal. He was from the Fijian community. He's retired now, but he was our first school superintendent.
Wow. Yeah. And which district was that in?
Yeah, Dr. Lal served in, well, he was the school principal for LAUSD, Carson High School.
Nice.
And then he was the superintendent for the Linwood Unified School District. Yeah, ironically, I worked there before too. And then later on, he went up to work for the Department of Education. So, yeah, I just talked to him this weekend. It was pretty amazing. I said, "You all right, Dr. Long?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm just relaxing now with my grandchildren." Okay, good. Yeah, that's good.
And that's awesome. And remind me again, Dr. Thompson, where you were an administrator, which district?
Yeah, get ready. There's a long list here, Roy. Yeah, I started out at the Temple City Unified School District in the San Gabriel Valley. I was a high school teacher and a coach. So it was a little interesting. I'm a Samoan, but I was a high school Spanish teacher. I speak the language fluently.
Wow.
And then I lived for 2 years in South America, so I learned three languages in the country of Paraguay.
Wow.
Yeah, I speak Spanish, Portuguese, and the indigenous language called Guarani. So then I says, well, I think it would be better if I were administrator. I can have more influence on more people. Okay. So I was, again, an assistant principal at Linwood High School, Linwood School District. Then I was an assistant principal at Lusinger High School, the Sentinel Valley Union High School District. Then I was an assistant principal for the Irvine School District in alternative education. Then I became a director for the Paramount Unified School District, and I was also an alternative education principal there. And then my last 16 years, I worked for the LA County Office of Education. I was the director of student support services.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah,
That's a long list.
but yeah, for almost 20 years, again, I was the only Pacific Islander school administrator. And we have a lot more today, but those days,
Yeah.
they said, "Well, what did you do?" I said, "Well, it's pretty easy. I just taught them all ukulele and says, you're all part of the village now. Let's go."
Oh my God. I love the ukulele. Should I go get my ukulele?
Yeah, we'll be having our class here in a minute, so get ready.
Wow, no, Dr. Thompson, that's incredible. That is such a legacy. So hats off to your leadership. I think this is so inspiring. I actually don't know any Pacific Islander administrators, and so would love to hear from, learn from others in our systems.
Yeah. Yeah, the nice thing on our nonprofit board, we have several now. Our president, you might be able to see their names in the chat, but Wayne is a teacher up in Utah from the Samoan community. Alicia Magofna is from the Chamorro community. She is a principal for the Paramount Unified School District.
Oh, nice.
And then Dr. Charlene Shimada, our treasurer, is a principal for the Downey Unified School District. And then our past president, Kalani Hines, she's an assistant professor for Cal State University Northridge.
Nice.
So it's interesting, Roy, because when we started 25 years ago, we had individuals in higher ed, just didn't have anybody in K-12. Okay. So we've had higher ed professors for over 25 years now. But yeah, it's interesting about K-12. It took a while.
Yeah, and I'd argue that it's much more nuanced and complex than the K-12 state.
Yeah.
That's really incredible. Thanks for sharing that, Dr. Thompson. And I'm glad that they're engaged with the work that you all are doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're free to visit us on the show anytime. The last, let me share this. Yeah, I just turned myself off there. But last week, Enpine was part of this conference called the 17th Annual National Safe Schools Conference.
Nice.
And I actually helped to start it. Okay. But yeah, we've been around a long time. Yeah, we had again individuals from all over the country, and we actually had Pacific Islanders right there. So
wow. Where was it hosted?
I'm sorry?
Where was it hosted?
Oh, it was at the Delta Hotels by Marriott in Anaheim.
Nice.
So we were real close to Disneyland. So one of my students for Grand Canyon University, because I worked there a little bit, he did a presentation on chronic absenteeism. I wrote my dissertation on this topic in 1998. There are just not very many dissertations on attendance. And sadly, Roy, as you know, that is a huge problem in our community, chronic absenteeism.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Tommy is now Dr. Tommy is from New Jersey. So I've been conferring with him for several years, and he came out and presented his dissertation. And then we took him and his daughter for the first time to Disneyland. It was fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we even went to Goofy's Kitchen. I got my pen.
Nice. I haven't been back to Disneyland in years.
Yep, I think we go there too much. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Roy. This really helped me with the school talk story portion of our program.
Of course. Thanks for having me, Dr. Thompson.
But yeah, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. What I'm going to do now, we're going to learn a song on the ukulele. And unless you want to sing a solo, you're welcome to mute. And then after that, I'll be doing some mindfulness stuff. So stay as long as you can, okay?
Okay, will do. Thanks, Dr. Thompson.
All right. Yeah, pleasure to talk with you. And again, we appreciate it. All right, friends. It's good to have a nice talk story with Roy. This was our school talk story. But it's time, everybody. I've got a couple of announcements because if I don't share them, I'll be in big trouble because, as you know, we are sponsored by the National Pacific Islander Education Network. But let me share a few things with everybody. So here we go. So first of all, I'm going to take you to Enpine's Facebook page. Okay. So just look on here. We have our Aloha Music and Mindfulness program every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. This is on YouTube, so join us. I'm going to be talking more about our miniature golf tournament coming up. The deadline to register is next week on Monday, but we'll talk about that more in a minute. And again, we appreciate all of our sponsors, and I'll show you who those are in a minute. Yeah, there's us right there. Yeah, let me tell you this sad story. We met Tuesday night for our Ohana night at Ohana Hawaiian Barbecue, but this was our last meeting because the restaurant is closed. Tough times out there, friends, and a lot of restaurants are closing, but we were with Ohana Hawaiian Barbecue for 10 years. We would have our concerts there, and again, looking for a new restaurant, but mahalo again to our friends at Ohana, Gil and Annie and James, everybody. Acela, we played your favorite songs right in front of the restaurant. Now, I wanted to share this with you. We have a birthday fundraiser because my birthday is on on Sunday. Yeah, just click right here and you can participate in our birthday fundraiser. Yep, I think I went through that. All right, everybody. Next thing I'm going to share with you is the Enpine. Yeah, this is our website, so get ready. All right, here we go. So there's our website. But a couple of things I wanted to share with you. First of all, this announcement is a congratulations to all of our 2026 award winners. We'll be honoring them at the annual conference on October the 24th, and that will be at the Odyssey STEM Academy in Lakewood, California. And we rotate every year. Last year we're in San Diego. 2 years ago, yeah, you'll like this, Roy. We were at Hayward High School, but we'll be in Lakewood this year. Also, at our miniature golf tournament on August 14th, we'll be recognizing Damien Utuone, who had our top attendance award. But these, again, are all of our award winners, our students, attendance award winner, and then we'll be recognizing educators, community organizations, school counselors, and then school administrators. So look forward to that. All right, everybody, let me see what else we got on announcements. Yeah, so I did mention the miniature golf tournaments coming up. So look at this announcement. And you register by clicking right here. Yeah, this just shows all of our many sponsors for this tournament. As I said, this coming Monday is the deadline to register. If you need more time, let us know. If you register after Monday, you'll be put on the waiting list. But Roy, for you and everybody that's not in the LA area, because this will be at Golf and Stuff August 14th, you can play at any miniature golf course in the world, literally. We've had our team in Missouri already play. We've got another team in Northern California that will be playing soon. But basically what you do, find the miniature golf course you want to play at, and then you pay them your fees. You just send us a small donation. And what the donation is, it helps us to send you your prizes when you win, because everybody, either virtual or in person, will win some prizes. We got some good ones. So let me show you on this page who all those prize sponsors are. You'll like it. All right. So we'll come on down here. See where it says prize sponsors? Yeah, I see a typo there. We can fix it. Yeah, so look at all these sponsors here. We've got some 1, 2, 3 people that donated a lot of gift cards. We got a couple big golf courses. Yeah, we have Chipotle. Yeah, you like that. See's Candy. Raising Cane's. We got a lot of gift cards from them. Hoff's Hut Restaurant, Lucille's Barbecue. Also, the Queen Mary. They donated a gift card for the Dark Harbor. That's kind of scary. Okay. All right, everybody. But that's it on that. And I think the rest of these announcements, please take a look at that. And again, to make a donation, to register for Endpine, you just come right here, you press donate, and we've got Venmo on there, PayPal, and also Zelle, okay? All right, well, that's enough of all that talk story stuff there. We don't want to bore you. But I got to do it, or guess what? I'll be in big trouble, because we got sponsors here. Okay. All right, everybody, well, get ready. It is now time for ukulele class. And get out your ukulele, everybody. And some of you tend to lose your ukulele. But up here in the chat, let me see. Yeah, we've got there in the chat, you can see just a couple places where you can access the music. We have a Facebook group. And then there's also a Google Drive that you can access as well. Let me try to recopy that in our Twitch chat here. Yeah, but that's how you can access the music there, everybody. All right. Well, today's song is the Coconut Song. This is a pretty nice song because it's not too hard. So again, the coconut is very important on the islands, everybody, because, yeah, it's good to eat. But here we go. This song is by the Five Stars, a Samoan group. They're called Fetu e Lima. Fetu means a star. Lima means the number 5. It also means your hand, okay? But let's go over our 2 chords we're going to learn today, everybody. So first of all, get out your ukulele. Okay, so here's one. The small one is called the soprano ukulele, everybody. So again, we have 4 strings on the ukulele, and they are the following, okay? So each of the strings has a name, okay? So string number 1 is called G. String number 2 is C. String number 3 is E. String number 4 is A. So it's G, C, E, A. Another way to remember how to tune is my dog has flee. All right. But yeah, that's a good way to tune. You can also get a tuner. Also, you can go on YouTube and they have the ukulele tuning. Yeah, it's fantastic. So we're going to learn our 2 chords today. But first of all, try to hold the ukulele right about here. And then you strum the ukulele with your right hand. You can use your thumb like I do. You can use several fingers. You can use other fingers. Everybody, whatever works for you. You can't get it wrong in this class. So when we say strum, it goes like this. That's a strum. Good. Now, this, everybody, this is, we have fret 1 is the first section of the ukulele, fret 2, fret 3, and fret 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. look at your left hand, that's finger 1, 2, 3, and 4. So again, we put our fingers down. If you're left-handed, sorry everybody, you'll have to do it opposite, but do your best. So this is our first chord, everybody, and this just tells us where we put our fingers. So if you look at this chart, the name of this chord is the C7 chord. So your first finger is on string 4, fret number 1. So let's try it. First finger, string 4, fret number 1. So it sound like that. So here we go, strum. There we go. Good job. Well, everybody, bad news. You just played the first chord. All right. We got one more, and then we're going to start playing. Shocking, huh? So the next one is called the F chord. A little harder. You got 2 fingers, everybody. So if you'll see here, your first finger is on string 3, fret 1, and your second finger is on string 1, fret 2. All right. So first finger again, string 3. Second finger is on string 1. There we go. Now sometimes they say, well, why do you use that funny book? Well, I can screen share it. There's a lot of ways I can do it, but it's mainly for my generation because they have trouble using computers, so they can see that. All right, everybody. So here we go. So again, take a look at your music. It is in the Google Drive, but if not, just follow along. Okay, everybody? So the song goes like this. We go F, 2, 3, 4, strum it 4 times, then C7, 2, 3, 4, then F, 2, 3, 4, then C7, 2, 3, 4. Well, bad news, everybody. That's the whole song. So we just go F, 2, 3, 4, C7, 2, 3, 4, then F, 2, 3, 4, C7, 2, 3, 4. So that is basically it. You're going to be strumming that about 30 times. Well, that's the whole song, okay? But you'll be strumming it a lot. But if you start to get tired, everybody, just do like this. Strum sync. That means don't use this hand. All right, just kind of fake it. Then you can rest. So go down to the very last line. The last line says coconut, and then we play on the F. So the ending goes like this. F, F, F. That is the ending F, F, F. That is the ending F, F, F. One more time. F, F, F. Good job. Okay, everybody. Let's take a nice deep breath in. All right. And out. And one more time. And out. Whew. Okay. So this is kind of a long one, but you can do it, everybody. 5, 6. Here we go. F, 2, 3, 4. C7, 2, 3, 4. Then F, 2, 3, 4. C7. Keep going. Coconut on the F. Coconut. C7. Coconut on the F. Coconut. He say every morning when I wake up, I drink my coconut. 2, 3, 4. C7. 2, 3, 4. And every evening before I sleep, I drink my coconut. 2, 3, 4. C7. 2. Here we go. Coconut. 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 He say, my mama, she cooks rice with the coconut. 2, 3, 4. C7. 2, 3, 4. If my job, everybody. All right. Well, good. It was good. Roy had to go to another meeting, but good to have Roy on our show. And again, he is from Ed West. They are very much involved in advocating for students, and he has a special emphasis on Pacific Islander community because he is from the island of Tonga, the Republic, the Kingdom of Tonga. Sorry, King. All right. Well, good. Well, we're gonna do a couple more things, and then we're gonna finish up for today because we've pretty much done talk story. But let me do another thing here for our mindfulness. So everybody get ready, and here we go. So today's topic is on wordsmiths, everybody. So again, take some time to stretch out. Yep, get nice and stretched there. All right, and then breathe in through the stomach. Breathe in and out. And in again and out. And think about the following, everybody. Reading has benefits beyond increasing our knowledge. A good book can offer insight into our anxieties or bring hope into a dark moment. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm not very good at reading, but I do my best. I'm just not a good reader. Other ways to read, you might have the audio books these days. But how have good books, fiction or otherwise, enriched your lives, everybody? And I try to read the Bible in all of my languages. I read in Samoan, in Spanish, in Portuguese, and in Guarani, which is the indigenous language of the country of Paraguay, and sometimes even in English. It really helps me out a lot. So, yeah, that was your little tip there. Well, friends, I've got another song I'm going to share with you, and then we are going to talk about 50 ways to take a break, okay? So here we go. So our final song for today, before we do the final Aloha song, is this. And speaking of Aloha, we will be at the Ho'olaulea this coming Saturday. Yeah, so hope to see everybody out there. We're going to practice the coconut song too. All right, so this song is called The Rainbow Connection. It comes to us by Kermit the Frog and Jim Henson, written by Paul Williams and Kenneth Asher. All right, so here we go, everybody. So, yep, think about this song, everybody. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Most are visions of illusions. get ready now for our final Aloha song. But again, it was a real treat to have with us Roy. Again, Roy Tongilava. He works for the Ed West, and they are policy advocates. So we appreciate everything that they do for all of our communities. And as you know, in Hawaii, we say aloha, we say goodbye. And let me see, we've been talking about the island of Fiji. So in Fiji, they say mothe. That's how they say goodbye in Fiji. All right. So here we go. This is our final aloha song. And let me bring up the beautiful pictures of Fiji. So they're a beautiful flag. It was great to talk to Dr. Law this week. And then the island, and then the map. Yep, let us sing again to our friends in Fiji. We will be back the regular time next week, everybody. So here we go. Aloha from Hawaii. Adios, Mariana Islands. Aloha, the Kingdom of Tonga. Hey, Roy. Haere, the Cook Islands. Goodbye, Papua New Guinea. Haere, Aotearoa, New Zealand. Yakwe, the Marshall Islands. Ikiu, Solomon Islands. Beikun from Palau. Mothe from Fiji. Nana from Tahiti. Ta'ata, New Caledonia and Vanuatu. And Tofa from Tokelau, Tuvalu, as well as Samoa. Thank you so much, everybody, and it's good to catch up with you. And do us all a big favor, take some aloha to the world. Take care. Aloha.